Hey everybody, Johnny B. Good here with Phoenix Drake on our second half of the show. Oh man.
Part two, people, part two.
Oh,
I'm not
part
popular,
two.
I guess.
All right, here we are at part two with Phoenix Drake. We call him the Eagle Eye of YouTube. He is currently located in Canada. So Phoenix Drake, are you in the air?
Yeah, I'm like I said before, I'm currently visiting a friend. And for those of you who didn't hear, I'm going to be going to England on the 30th to visit another friend. This was a trip that was planned months in advance. And I'm going to be in England till about the 15th or 16th of January, and then I'm going to be coming back.
Now,
So I'm going to spend New Year's with him.
now, are you gonna go to the Buckingham Palace and bug the sentry guard at the gate? You know.
I don't know. Buckingham Palace is down in London, and my friend lives up in Manchester. London's about a 3.5, 4-hour drive from where he is. So we might go and do that because we're going to be. Cause like I said, I want to be there for almost a month, so we're going to check some stuff out. I'm definitely going to be looking around at the scenery and seeing what I can see.
Hey, you ought to go. You ought to go check out that guy. The guy that does Tech Mode. He's from Manchester. You ever watch his show? Yeah, on YouTube. On YouTube, he does camera reviews. He's one of the he's one of the best camera reviewer out there, and I like him. I've learned so much from him on cameras and what kind of cameras you should buy, and you know that. And I believe he lives in Manchester, so.
Oh, might have to check that out. I might have to Google that and check that out.
Yeah, there's this one particular mall that he always goes to, and he always does this review on the same spot and the corner of a mall. And the reason he does this is he wants to be consistent of the view, and that way if you're a subscriber, you can see the different quality and the view of the camera in the same angle. And so check them out. Is on YouTube, Tech Mode, like technical moaning, so Tech Mode. So how did you know? How did you meet or know this English person?
I actually met him online, and we've actually talked on Skype a number of times. I met him because of a game that we both played, that we played together, called League of Legends. And it was initially just me and him, and he invited some of the friends he has, which I'm also going to be meeting while I'm there. So I'm mainly going to visit and meet with him. I want to meet about 4 or 5 other people. And, you know, we played a game with each other. We'd have fun. We'd talk online. It's something we could do for a couple hours and then call it, because they're from where I live in Indiana, they're 5 hours ahead. So where I am currently, they're 7 hours ahead.
Okay. Now the game that you play, is that through a computer or is it like an Xbox or what?
It's on computer. It's a PvP game, player versus player. It's you use various characters to try and move through these lanes, try and get to the opponent's, I want to say, base. They call it a nexus, but you have to destroy this thing to get victory, and you get points. It's a way for people to communicate, talk, kind of gives them something to do so they're not doing other things.
Oh. My daughter Jackie, she started working at that resort, and she finally made enough money to buy her own Xbox, which I was kind of, proud of her to learn the lesson of hard work and be able to buy something on your own sweat. So she bought this Xbox, and I looked at it and I had to ask AJ how to turn it on. And the only reason I use it is I watch Netflix or YouTube on it, and that's about the only.
You can do the same thing with Sony's PlayStation 3 and PS4, and of course you got 360 and the One from Xbox. I'm assuming Jackie has the Xbox One, the newer one. I'm assuming.
Yeah, whatever's the latest one out there. Yeah, Xbox One.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, that would be it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I won't be saving up to get myself a PS4 here before too long, but that's months down the road, especially after this.
Now, when it comes to what do you guys call them? Game console?
Yeah, they're called gaming console.
Okay. As far as game console, how many are there? There's the Wii, but the Wii is more for small little kids, right?
The Wii can be played by anybody, actually. I've seen adults play it. The Nintendo Wii is a gaming console that was initially created with families in mind. You use a little joystick that's kind of like something you can use to, to give you swings and motions so you're actually playing a game. Like some of the initial games that they start with are like bowling, tennis, and you can play these virtual games with your family because they showed a family of 4 or 5, a couple kids, parents, and a grandfather playing.
Wait. Scott, Phoenix, I got an incoming call. Don't go nowhere. Okay, hold on. Hey, Scott.
Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I've got Phoenix Drake on the other line. I would like to.
I can call back later. Talking to.
No. I would like to. How do I do a 3-way? How do I connect the 3 of us together?
You have an Android phone, right?
Yeah. The problem is, it was Phoenix that called me, and I can't call him because he's in Canada. But I wonder.
Oh.
But since he's not a Canadian phone, he's from Indiana. He's with Verizon. So if I call him, it doesn't matter where he is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hold on.
You should. Okay.
I'm gonna try to connect the 3 of us together and see what happens. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Phoenix.
Hey.
Hey. Now let me ask you this. It's kind of different here, but I got Scott on the other line, and he's in Michigan. Now, my question is, since your phone is from Indiana, it doesn't matter if I called you, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in Canada. I won't get charged Canadian rate, right?
I don't think so.
All right.
Unless it's something to do with your phone. That shouldn't be a problem with mine.
Yeah. So how do I connect the 3 of us? I have to be the one to call you and then call him? Right?
To be honest, I don't really know. I never really paid much attention to that, to be honest. I know some of those smartphones can do that, but I don't know how to do that. I don't.
All right. So do this. Hang up, and I'll call you, and I'll call him.
Okay.
All right. Later.
Talk to you in a minute.
Yeah. Bye. Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang up, and I'll call you right back.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. Hello?
Hey, Phoenix.
Hey.
Hold on. Add a call.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott?
Yep.
Hold on. All right, who's on the air?
So you got two people on the air. Oh, look at that.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Johnny B. Good Show. Oh, man. Anyway, so everybody, we have Phoenix Drake on the air and also Scott. Scott is located in Jackson, Michigan, right?
Yep.
All right. So, Phoenix, can you hear Scott clearly?
Yes, I can hear Scott quite clearly. Can he hear me? I sure can.
There you go. So, Scott, welcome to the JBG, and we were talking about game consoles, and unfortunately, this is going to be take two for Scott because the Johnny B. Good brain struck again. The other day, the other day I was recording Scott, and with Johnny B. Good brain deleted the conversation. Like, really? Oh man! So
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't even belong to the category of the best of us.
No one's perfect.
So you guys go ahead, and I'll just listen and whatever you guys want to talk about. And so there are no rules except, well, no profanity. That's it. That's all I asked.
Oh, yeah, both of us are, well, where I'm at, so that's not going to be a problem.
All right, go ahead.
Scott, I got a question for you. Like everyone around the world, everyone's got their own little hobbies. What do you like to do for fun? Because, as you and I both know, one of our hobbies includes watching videos that this guy posts up, which are it's a nice way to get a virtual tour of the U.S.
It is, yes.
I also like to bike ride and take pictures. So,
well, I like to ride bike. I have my own motorcycle. I like to travel when it is possible.
Traveling's always fun.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, especially when you're not driving.
That's the thing.
This is true.
This is the thing. I love to drive.
That's what my wife says. She loves to travel as long as she's not driving.
Well,
my wife.
driving is fun, but it can get kind of tedious after a while. So it's nice to have the opportunity to take an hour break or so.
You know how bad. You know how bad my wife is. She said driving to Walmart is too far.
And how far is Walmart from your home?
About 3
miles?
3 miles.
3 miles?
Yep.
And that's too far?
Yep.
Wow.
I told her, I said, I just got back from California. Please, let me be on vacation. Nope. I married you because I wanted a chauffeur. She said, I didn't marry you for your good looks. Oh boy. And then Jackie started, got her driver's license. I said, well, my job is over. Yeah. Dream on, Johnny B. Good. Dream on.
Yeah, wishful thinking, especially around women.
Nobody wants to drive in our house, and you'd think Jackie is 16 years old. She should be the one, she should be stealing the car at any time, every time. Nope.
Yeah, my wife was 16. I was always wanting to drive whenever I could, especially after I got my driver's license.
I'm the same way.
Jackie is really her mom's daughter because they can't seem to want to drive in town of Sheboygan, and Sheboygan is only 60,000 people in it. So
Well, I guess this phrase can work. I'm pretty certain you've heard a phrase like father like son. I guess in this case, it's like mother like daughter.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep. By the way, Phoenix, tell Scott about your car hobbies. He might be into that.
Excuse me. Well, like I was telling John earlier, I've been into cars for a very long time. To me, it's the fascination of what they are. I mean, yes, cars are a tool, but of course there's cars that are built that are clearly not tools, they're toys. Because you go and you look at some of the cars that they build, and you can't really use them for anything. It's just a fascination of how many different tools, uses, or in case not practical uses, you can come up with, and all the different names and stuff you can give them, all the designs. It's just like, where do they come up with some of this stuff? How do they create this? And you go and you look it up, and you learn about them, and it's just like, wow. And of course, some of the most interesting things that I've seen in the vehicular world are unfortunately not sold in the U.S. Most of them are from Europe. Most of the cars I like are from Europe, which I want to take a little trip to England, so I'm going to get to see some of those. Finally.
Nice.
Yeah, bring one of those Rolls Royce or Bentleys.
You can find those in the U.S.
Hey, Phoenix, what's your... All right, bring a double-decker bus. Phoenix, what's your ultimate...
That might be a bit expensive.
What is your ultimate dream car? It's got to be one.
Dream car.
It's got to be one. Ultimate dream car.
Well, the ultimate dream car I've had since I was about 15 is the Jaguar XJ220. It was the only supercar built by the British manufacturer Jaguar, or what most people call Jaguar. That's the American pronunciation of it. And it's
what is the correct pronunciation of it? Well, I call it Jaguar, but what is it?
Americans call it Jaguar, like U-I-R-E, like you hear in Squire, but the correct pronunciation, the British pronunciation is Jaguar.
Jaguar?
Which is, yeah, Jaguar.
Jaguar. Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird. But what attracted me originally to the XJ220 was its design. It's sleek, it's low, it's powerful, and over the years I've learned more about it. Like most supercars that you see, they can reach the 200 mile per hour speed limit, and this car has a top speed of 220 miles per hour, which is really interesting because it's got the 220 in the name. I always point that out, and no one ever gets it. But unlike most of these supercars that would have a V10 or a V12, and some have V8, this has a V6. It's got a twin turbo V6.
That's pretty unusual. Right?
Yeah. And unlike most Jaguars of the early 1990s, and especially the 1980s, it was actually reliable. As a Jaguar that was, from that time period, that was reliable, and it was a supercar. Now, the typical price you're going to find for these cars is between currently $500,000 and $600,000. Wow. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, it's an extreme supercar that's capable of 220 miles per hour. Number two, it was like most supercars, it was hand built by people. And number three, they built just over 300 of them. So there's not that many around. And most are spoken for. Occasionally one comes up on the market someplace in the world.
What year is this car you're talking about?
1992 to 1995.
Okay. So it's not that old then. I thought you said 1929.
I thought. No, that's actually pretty old for a car.
Okay.
Because if you notice, cars from the 80s and 90s are kind of not seen on the road anymore. The stuff you used to see is like, well, where'd all that stuff go?
Hey, Phoenix.
That was replaced with stuff that was newer.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
you'd be surprised to know something about Scott. Scott likes to bake. Scott likes to bake bread.
I do. So I went to school for that. Was culinary.
You know, Scott, you ought to bake Phoenix a cake of a form of a jaguar for his birthday.
Well, first I got to make you bread, remember?
Yep. You know, you guys are not that far apart. He's from Michigan, and you're
I'm in Indiana.
So how far?
Not currently, but that's where I live. So. Well, actually, I can probably check right now. I've got a computer right in front of me. I can use Google Maps to find out. Fairmount, Indiana to, you said Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
2 hour, 35-minute drive via I-69 North.
How long?
166 miles. That's not bad.
No, it's not. Small world, you know what?
You know, as a motorcyclist myself, now Scott's got a good reason to ride down to Indiana.
You know, I love traveling to different areas on the bike to do, and that Wisconsin was one of the places I wanted to go. So now I have a reason.
Yeah. Scott, by the way, you would love to. You ever taken the trip north of the Mackinac Bridge?
I have.
Oh, that is beautiful up there, ain't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. You talking about the midnight ride?
Nah, just you know, I rode Goldie from Sheboygan to when I got to Escanaba, Michigan. I thought, well, you know, Mackinac Bridge is not that far from here, so I went. And then I crossed.
You have to go on the motorcycle.
I crossed into the Mackinac Bridge, and I'm thinking, I don't want to go through Chicago. I was gonna circle Lake Michigan, and I looked at the map. I looked at the map, and I saw Sault Ste. Marie, so I went up there. And I went up there, and the customs says, "Where are you going?" I said, "Just around your city." He says, "Where are you sleeping?" I said, "At home." So you know, yeah, it doesn't really take much to have an excuse to ride somewhere, you know. So
it don't.
Yeah,
it don't.
So Phoenix, he likes to bake breads, and I guess he went to culinary school. So,
yep.
And as you know, there's nothing better smelling than a fresh baked bread. You know, just
there's actually nothing better smelling than most fresh baked goods. You know, I've actually been into a couple bakeries where they were baking stuff fresh. In fact, they've actually got one that's 5 blocks from where I'm sitting right now.
really, yeah.
Yeah. They have fresh breads and other baked goods. That's kind of cool.
Hey Scott, since we kind of lost our conversation yesterday, so I'm sorry to have you redo this. So it's all yours now. So
hey, it's all right. I like it better, anyways. You know, a little more conversation going on.
Yeah.
It's not as awkward.
Go on. Floor is yours, man.
Right off guard.
Well, Phoenix,
I'm not good at starting conversations right off the bat, so.
Phoenix, Scott was born up there in Utica, New York, right?
Ithaca,
New York, and moved to Michigan. at a very young age. So, and then, by the way, Scott, your mom is a nurse?
She is.
Is she an RN? I mean,
I don't really know what you would call her.
RN, LPN?
I think she's an LPN.
Okay.
And
a nurse. She's hospice. That's kind of
really?
interesting. Yeah.
See, I want to work at the hospital. I want to be a transporter. My mother's trying to get me in as a transporter. I like to deal with people. You know, I like people, but yet I don't. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
You're like me. Have a love and hate relationship with Sprint.
Yeah. There you go.
So, what exactly is a transporter? Let me picture this. You have your own set of a gurney assigned to you, and you push that around in a hospital, moving one patient to other rooms and ORs and ERs?
Well, for the transporter job, you use wheelchairs, you use the beds, and you transport the people that are at the hospital to the different rooms that they need to go to. Once you reach that person, you have 20 minutes to transport that person to a different room.
Boy, that could. I hope you guys don't have electronic logbook on that.
That sounds like it could be a challenge in some of the bigger buildings.
And I don't know if you know the University of Michigan Hospital, U of M, but it is a huge hospital. Huge.
Maybe they have like a.
I've seen big hospitals in Indiana. I've seen big hospitals in. It's not really a surprise.
Maybe they have a phone app. Maybe they have a phone app map of a hospital.
All that thing goes, there's an app for that.
Use it as a GPS.
Are you sure? There seems to be an app for everything nowadays.
I can just picture you having your smartphone's a suction cup to your bed. Turn right. Oh
God.
So how much is that? How much is the starting pay on that, Scott?
Right around 16 an hour.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's pretty good.
I'm fine with making 16 an hour.
There you go. And does any schooling or kind of education training required on that or what?
No.
No? Okay.
Not at all. Because all you're doing is transporting. I mean, you're pushing the people around to different rooms.
Man,
take this person over here. Okay.
I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd do it in a heartbeat, but I don't think Blue would appreciate me doing that.
Probably not, no.
No, I know how picky she can be.
I could just imagine Blue showing up at the ER doorstep, honking her horn.
Oh.
Justice is a bit more forgiving.
So how long have you had Blue?
I've had Blue 193,000 miles.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know, about a year and a half, I guess.
Not bad. That's what I was going to say. I think it's about a year and a half from what I've seen, what I've heard you say.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been here since March-ish.
The truck that I had before Blue, I call it the White Beast. In fact, if you type in one of my videos, JBG Travels, the White Beast, I'm sure they'll show up, and it's one of the older ones. I don't know, about a year and a half, I guess, or so. So actually, that truck wasn't that bad. It was an automatic truck, but it still had a clutch. and the only reason that you would use a clutch is to put it in gear, and it works exactly like a stick shift car. You come up to a stop sign, you got to press the clutch. You start to get going, and you release the clutch, but right after when you start going, it just works like a fully automatic car, or like Blue does. But the nice thing about the automatic clutch, automatic transmission with a clutch in it, is it works really nice when you're backing up, because with Blue you have to add, you have to put a little bit of a accelerator on it to make it move. It's not like a car where you let go of the brake and the car moves backwards. Now the tendency of a fully automatic transmission, or like this, it's not. I know it's not fully automatic, but it's what is it called, Phoenix? It's a manual automatic.
I've heard the term auto manual be used.
There you go. Yeah, the only problem with Blue is you have a tendency of over revving it, and especially when you're backing up to a dock, which I'm knocking things all over the floor in this truck, ramming into the dock, or supposed to having the clutch is you can go real slow.
Excuse me. Yeah, and then of course the phrase, I meant to do that. That was on purpose. I meant to do that.
Yeah.
I used to love seeing that in cartoons where they go and they do something. It's like, I meant to do that. Sure.
Yeah, especially when there's two drivers on each side of you, and you bang into the door, and they look at you like, really? So Scott, what else is your hobby besides motorcycle and baking stuff?
I like to play some video games once in a while.
Hey, Phoenix over here is a big gamer. I guess that's what you guys call, right? Gamer?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like to play, Phoenix?
There's a lot of games I like to play. I like to play first-person shooters, sandbox-style games that give you freedom to do a lot of the stuff that you want to do. You don't necessarily have to follow the in-game missions. I also love playing role-playing games. Player versus player can be fun if done right. And so far, the only game I've really seen Oh, that makes sense. The only game I've really seen that really does that is League of Legends.
I've played League of Legends, and I'm not a really big fan of it. I don't know. I think it's something about it.
League of Legends, it's a game. I've seen people complain about people not being very good. It's like, oh, come on, they're just starting. This is a game you play to have fun. It's a game that what League of Legends really wants to do, the people who are in charge of it and have people online that monitor it frequently, they want you to get on, they want you to play, they want you to have fun, they want you to work as a team against another team. It's about teamwork, about building that teamwork. They really frown upon people who quit. Who it's just like, this game is lost. They just quit. And they also frown upon people being excessively negative or using comments and stuff that's unsavory. I know you two both know what that is, so there's really no explanation needed there. They really frown on that, and that's one of the reasons I like to play the game. You get on, you work with people as a team, and of course, there's things where you're playing with your friends, you can make taunts, and you can say stuff, you're like, oh, wow, what's this? Taunts and stuff and playful teasing with your friends is one thing. That's one thing. When you got the taunts and stuff that's deliberately done to be hurtful because the person is, to say nicely, a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that's becoming a major problem with online games, particularly if you play Call of Duty or Battlefield or games like those. I don't know if you play those, do you?
Not really, no. I mean, I have them, but I don't play them.
But you go and you get online, you start playing online with people, and you get these people who are called tryhards.